Hello friend, welcome to Technical Campus. So let us solve some question of GATE from the topic integration. So the first question is, assuming I is equal to root under minus 1 and t is a real number, then the value of integration e to the power it dt over the range 0 to pi by 3 is, the options are, option A is root 3 by 2 plus I into 1 by 2, option B is root 3 by 2 minus I into 1 by 2, option C is 1 by 2 plus I into root 3 by 2, and option D is 1 by 2 plus I into 1 minus root 3 by 2. This question came in GATE 2006 in mechanical engineering branch for 2 marks. Okay, so guys, please note down this question because I am going to solve this question. Okay, so we have to assume I is equal to root under minus 1 and the function is e to the power it dt. Okay, so let us solve this question. So the function is integration of e to the power it dt and the range is 0 to pi by 3. So integration of e to the power it dt is simply e to the power it, and we have to divide it by I because the integration of e to the power x is x, so the term here will be gets divided. The range is 0 to pi by 3. We have just learned one formula that e to the power it is equal to cos t plus I sin t. Okay, we have just learned this formula. Now if we replace the value of e to the power it by cos t plus I sin t, and if we put this value in this equation, it will be, let us take 1 by I outside, then it will be cos t plus I sin t, and the limit is 0 to pi by 3. Now if we apply the value of upper and lower limit, it will be cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3. This is the value upper limit, and we have to subtract this from the value of lower limit, that is cos 0 degree plus I sin 0 degree. So this value will be 1 by I into, this value is 1 by 2 plus the value of sin pi by 3 is root 3 by 2, and multiplied with I, the value of sin 0 is 0 and cos 0 is 1, so it will be minus 1. Now 1 by I into half, so minus 1 plus half, so it will be minus half, plus I into root 3 by 2. Now we can write it as minus 1 by 2I plus this I will be cancelled, root 3 by 2. Now in the question it is mentioned that I is equal to root under minus 1, so we can write it as root 3 by 2 plus I into 1 by 2. Okay, so the correct answer is option A. So you can see, if we remember the simple formula, we can easily solve this question. So remembering the direct formula not only help us to solve the question, but it will also save our time. Without this formula you cannot solve this question. So please try to remember all the basic formula. So let us take the second question. So question number 2 is the integral (0 to pi sin q theta d theta) is given by, the options are, option A is 1 by 2, B is 2 by 3, C is 4 by 3 and D is 8 by 3. Okay, this question came in GATE 2006 in Electronics and Communication branch for 2 marks. So the function is sin q theta d theta. Okay, we have to calculate its definite integral value. Okay, so let us solve this question. Please note down this question. Okay, so let us see how to solve this type of question. So the function is sin q theta d theta and the range of integration is 0 to pi. You can see we can write this as sin square theta into sin theta, because we all know the formula for sin square theta, so we can break this. We have just learned that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, and from this equation sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. Now if we replace the value of sin square theta by 1 minus cos square theta, then it will be 0 to pi 1 minus cos square theta into sin theta d theta. We have to replace the value of sin square theta by 1 minus cos square theta in order to use the rule of integration by substitution. Suppose if we assume cos theta is equal to t, now if we differentiate this, you can get minus sin theta d theta is equal to dt. So you can see by assuming cos theta is equal to t, and if we differentiate this, we can easily get the value for this term. So we have to apply the concept of integration by substitution in such a way that if we assume any one term, then by differentiating that term, the rest of the term get automatically arranged. So we have to consider the things in such a way so that the rest of the term can get arranged easily by differentiating the assuming function. So you can see if we assume cos theta is equal to t and differentiating cos theta, we can easily get a value for sin theta d theta, that is the value of sin theta d theta is minus dt. So if we replace or if we substitute the value of cos theta, it will be 1 minus t square, and the value of sin theta d theta is minus dt. So let us take minus outside, this is dt. As we have changed the variable, so we have to change the limit also. So let us see how to change the limit. So at theta is equal to 0, we have substituted the value of cos theta by t. So if we put theta is equal to 0, t will be 1, and if we put theta is equal to pi, the value of cos pi is t is equal to minus 1. So for theta is equal to 0 degree, the value of t is 1, so it will be 1, and for theta is equal to 180 degree, the value of t will be minus 1. So let us solve this integration. Okay, let us make it clear. So we have to solve this integration. Now there is a rule of integration that suppose we have to calculate s dx and the limit is a and b. Now if we want to change the arrangement of limit, that is if we reverse the arrangement, that is if we take b as lower limit and a as upper limit, then we have to multiply this with minus 1. So if we change the limit here, it will be minus 1 to 1 and 1 minus t square dt, and if you multiply this with minus 1, so it will be plus. Now we have to solve this integration. Okay, so if you solve this integration, it will be, this integration is very easy to solve. So if we break this equation, it will be 1 into dt minus t square dt, and the limit is minus 1 to plus 1. We have changed the limit using one property of integration. So it will be t minus t cube by 3, and the limit minus 1 to 1. So if we apply the value of upper and lower limit, it will be 1 minus 1 by 3 minus minus 1 plus 1 by 3. So the value is 2 by 3 plus it will be also 2 by 3. So the answer is 4 by 3. So the correct option is option C. So we have learned one more property of integration, that if you change the order of arrangement of limit, then you have to multiply with -1. So in this case this is minus, so if we multiply with -1 it will be plus. Okay, so this is a property of integration. So let us take the third question. So the third question is, if s is equal to x to the power -3 dx and the limit of integration is 1 to infinity, then s has the value, in option A it is -1/3, in option B it is 1/4, option C it is 1/2, and option D it is 1. This question came in GATE 2005 in electrical engineering for 1 marks. This is very easy question, so for this question you will get 1 marks only. So let us solve this question. Okay, so we have to integrate the function 1 to infinity x to the power -3 dx. So the value of this integration will be x to the power -3 plus 1 divided by -3 plus 1, it will be 1 to infinity. This value will be x to the power -2 divided by -2. Okay, now we can write it as, if we take x in denominator it will be so we can easily take this term in denominator by changing the sign only. So it will be 1 by -2 into x square. Now the limit is 1 to infinity, so it will be, let us take minus outside, so it will be 1 by 2 into x square, and the limit is 1 to infinity. So let us apply the limit. I am erasing the question, so please note down the question. Now if we apply the limit, it will be equal to minus, so for upper limit it will be 1 by infinity, and for lower limit it will be minus 1 by 2. So the value is this minus will be plus, so answer is half. The correct option is option C. Okay, so let us solve some more question of GATE, and then we will start our next topic.